guys, this is Artist Craze and you're watching Creation, so we're back with another video. So in this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to do coloring in Photoshop. Before I start the video, I want to tell you guys that each artist has a different style. They use different techniques to do certain things, but I'll be teaching those techniques which I learned from my experience. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. So today I'll be teaching you guys about the brush settings which I use, how to create your own brush. So let's get to it. First starter, if your icon doesn't have a brush setting option, don't worry about it. Just go to Windows, click on brush settings and you will have that. If your taskbar doesn't have some certain options and if you want to add them, just click on window and choose whatever like parameter or like option you want, setting you want. You can just choose from this window section. Okay, so right now I'll just click on my brush settings. I choose a grass brush for my demonstration. First starting, I just switched off every setting, put everything to default and like to absolute 0. Let's see what kind of stroke would I have if my setting turns to default. So yeah, so as you can see, my brush is running in a uniform manner without having any like pattern texture form. But let's see what happens if I change my setting. There are some like essential settings that you need to know and you need to like enable them. Click on shape dynamic to transfer and to smoothing. I wouldn't be sharing about transfer and smoothing in this video, but let's just talk about shape dynamics. Right now let's try to play with angle jitter. I'm just changing the percentage to like 30 and I'll change the control to pen pressure, roundness to pen pressure, and let's see what happens. As you can see now, my brush is running in rotation. It is forming some unique and natural textures. It is not moving in a uniform manner now. So while you're working on like grass, or if you want to draw some kind of patterns, like not uniform defined, then you need to do this. Another setting that you need to know is the spacing. Go to brush tip shape and click on spacing. Spacing defines a brush stroke. If I increase the spacing, every stroke would have a different space between them actually. So let's see how it works. I'll keep my brush spacing to 50 and let's see how it goes. So yeah, as you can see, I'm having some irregular spacing between my brushes and it is forming some natural shades, natural design, which you can use while drawing some, like if you want to draw grass, if you want to draw some environment kind of scene, you can use these settings. Spacing depends upon your mood, your like need, where you want to use that. So this is particular brush settings that you need to know. Just enable what I'm doing, like just enable shape dynamics, transfer, smoothing, and you're good to go. Now let's talk about if you want to draw your own brush, if you want to draw your customized brush, what do you need to know? Right now I'm choosing my regular hard brush and let's draw some random drawing. Don't use color except black for creating a brush, because if you choose some other color, it might like you wouldn't get the complete value of that color. It might get dull, so choose black. It will give you like the best saturation rate you need. Okay, let me demonstrate it. You will get better idea about it. Let's see if I choose light green color, light blue color, and click OK. Let's draw a brush, a random brush. Let's see what we have. Like, I'm just drawing a random shape. And I want to use this brush for my artwork. So what I need to do is go to Edit, Define Present Brush. If you want to name it, you can name it. If you don't want it, just click OK, and here you go. So yeah, the thing that I was talking about color value is now no matter if I choose black, I wouldn't get complete black. I would have to click multiple times to attain the darkest color I want. So yeah, and again you can change the setting according to your wish. Like if you want to increase spacing between your pattern, if you want to use angular jitter, just do that. See, let's see the comparison of drawing a brush in complete or absolute black. So I'll do the same trick with my round brush. I'll draw a random shape, but now I'll just using my black color to create a brush. Alright. Okay. Let's draw some random brush. I want to use this brush to create my patterns. Let's go to Edit, Present Brush, click OK, and here you go. Now you can see my brush is giving me absolute color with whatever I'll choose. Give me absolute color. I don't need to click multiple times to attain that color. So that's why I said choose absolute black while you're using while you want to customize your brush. Okay, so now you know how to create a brush. Now you know what brush settings you need to know. Moving on, if you want to create straight lines, like you can't draw straight line all the time, it might get like curvy, it might get some jitters. So if you want to draw absolute straight line, what you need to do is use your shift key. Click shift while using a brush, and there you go. No matter you draw horizontally or vertically, it will give you absolute straight lines. If you want to draw diagonally straight line, then you need to do is select your starting point, reach to your destination final point, press shift and click, and here you go. Alright, so I guess you guys understand so far. Let's talk about coloring right now, which is the main aspect of our video. How to do coloring. First, starting, I use HSB slider. This is called your color palette. You can choose different palettes according to your wish. Sorry. Sometimes I mumble. Like I said in my previous videos that I'm not good in speaking, but honestly I'm trying my best. Forgive me if I do some grammatical mistakes. Sorry. So okay, where I was. This is called color palette. If you aren't happy with this, you can change it by clicking this icon, and you can choose multiple color palettes according to your wish. But I suggest you to use HSB slider, which I'm using. Click on RGB spectrum and you're good to go. This allows me to have hue, saturation and brightness, which is like really helpful when I'm like doing my coloring. Let's see what is different between saturation, hue and brightness. What are these? Like what is this? Like really, some people don't even know what hue is, what hue does, and what saturation does. So let's talk about them. Okay. So hue is gradation of your color. Like if I choose green color and I move it up, like I draw something, now I want to have another color but with the same saturation and same brightness. That is called hue. Like now I can choose a different color but my saturation and brightness doesn't change. So no matter, I'll choose different color but the value of these two are same, which is called hue. Now let's talk about saturation. Have you ever done acrylic painting? Have you done ever like oil painting? Sometimes we need to mix our colors to create some like color that we want in our like artwork. Sometimes we mix our color in with white to reduce the value of it, to make it kind of dull. So that is called saturation. Adding white color to your particular pigment is called saturation. Like right now I'm having orange, and if I reduce saturation, like if I go like to my extreme left, I'm like adding a white color to it, and it just reduce the value of the color. It gets dull. If I go right, it increases my value. So it is like if you mix two colors, like if you want to, if you have a certain color and you mix it up with black, it goes darker. If you use white color, it goes dull. So yeah. And brightness is like, don't confuse brightness with your saturation, because in saturation we are controlling a particular color. Like if you have an orange, if you want to create light orange from that particular pigment, you are using white color to do that. But in brightness, it is like you are having two different colors. You're having dark green and you're having light green. You're not adding anything into it. So it is about that. Like if I have a color with this pigment, like specific pigment, then it will go like this. If I have a darker color, it will go like this. Brightness and darkness doesn't reduce your values, but in saturation rate you are reducing your pigment rate. So this is a particular difference between saturation and brightness. So I guess you guys understood this. I will cover about damn. I will cover about this in my some other videos when I will be talking about color theory. I'll like really hope to do that. I want to do that. So I'll discuss like more into details when I go to that video. Alright, let's talk about how I do my coloring. Like I had told you guys, like each artist have a different method to do certain like artworks. They have different techniques to do your like drawing, and they have different method to do coloring. They have different methods to sketch. So in this video I'm just trying to tell you what I use and what I found really easy to use, which you guys like wouldn't find any hard when you do your artwork, when you like introduce yourself to Photoshop. So yeah, let's see how I do my coloring. First starter, if I draw something like I'm drawing a circle, I will name it as like my artwork, like line art. Let's just name it as line art. Alright, always try to name your layers, because if you don't do that you will confuse which layer you have worked on. So try to manage your layers systematically, you will find it easy. So okay, before I do my coloring, I'll make another layer under my line art. I will name it as base or base color. Let's choose a color, like go with pink. This is called bucket command, bucket key, paint bucket. Please do this setting which I did. I can't really explain you about what these are, but just check it on, and through this you can control your values. I will, like, if I get a chance, I will show you what this tolerance means. Right now you can do is you can use 200. It is fine. It will color your entire artwork really nicely. It wouldn't leave any space. Alright, so my tolerance is 200. Click on anti-analyze, continue just, and all layers. Alright, now I wish to do my shadow. Like if I want to create some shadow on it, what I need to do? If I'm new to Photoshop, what I will do is I'll choose darker color and I just try to implement on the edges of it. But it might get out of the layer. As you can see, it go out of the particular section. So this can cause problem. This can cause your time. Instead of this, all you can do is create a new layer, use your Alt key, and as you can see this arrow, click on it. This is called masking. Masking helps you to like do your coloring within the particular section, within the particular layer. Like if I want to do coloring like this, no matter how many times I try to do my coloring outside of the layer, but it wouldn't go out, it just goes inside my circle. So pretty cool, right? So do that. If you are confused to choose which color is like sufficient, which color is appropriate for your work, use the slider now. If you want to choose this particular color, click Alt. It will bring eyedropper and you can click on it. You will achieve this color. If you don't find this, from Alt you can click on this like dropper kind of tool. You can choose this and click on it and you can have what color you want. If I click outside, it will give me the color of the background. Okay, now let's play with the brightness or saturation. Like if I want to draw my shadows, I'll reduce my brightness. I'll go more into darker colors and let's see where I go. So this is how you can do your coloring. If I want to draw, let's name it as shadows. Now I want to do my highlights. Use the same command that I did. Choose a layer, mask it up, name it as light or highlights. Choose this particular layer. Now increase the brightness or decrease the saturation a little bit. You can play with it with your complete wish, how you want to choose your color, which color you find appropriate for your artwork. So through this you can choose light color and you can draw your highlights. This is called my first method of coloring. Let's group it up. If you are happy with your work, if you are done with your work, try to make a group. Click your entire layers, select your entire layers by using Shift key as you do with your files, and click on this folder. It is called group. Now your all layers are in one group. If you want to see your layers, click on this arrow and you can enable to work, or you are enabled to see your layers. Alright, if you want to duplicate this group, click right and use duplicate your group, click OK, and here you go. Now you have two groups. Or you can just use Ctrl C or Ctrl V as you do with your files, copy and paste. Alright. Okay. So let's check out my second method. Now you want to do your coloring in more smoother manner. If you want to draw your colors more smoother, what you need to do is change your brush. I'll go with my shadow, I'll choose this color, I'll choose a brush to soft brush, I click my opacity and I'll redraw on it, so it gives me smoother shade. Do the same with your highlights. Pretty nice, pretty easy, I guess. Okay. If you find that even this kind of difficult, if you are too lazy, you are not willing to work on your artwork again, you're tired, you're bored, you're too lazy about this, for real, no worries, I have a method for you guys. Duplicate this layer again. Let's see an alternate method of doing your soften shading. Okay, choose your particular layer which you want to soften. Click on shadows, go to filter, click on blur, go to Gaussian blur, and you can increase your radius, and ta-da! And it automatically smoothens your shadow. Do the same with your highlights. Go to blur, choose Gaussian blur, boom, here you go. Okay, let's see one more method which I find really convenient, really easy, and if you are really lazy to work on your piece, you are not able to find exact color you need to do your shadows, your highlights, you can do this. Okay. Duplicate your layer, duplicate your group. Okay. Now let's just remove this highlights or shadows. I'm confused that what color should I use for my highlights or for my shadow. I'm not sure which is the perfect gradation, which is perfect or appropriate color for my drawing. What you need to do is create a new layer, mask it up, choose your color to black. Alright. create your highlights, create your shadow highlights, like, okay. When you're happy with your highlights, go to opacity and reduce the size, reduce the opacity of your layer. Now you can click on the range where you find your highlights appropriate. Like, I guess 55 is right. I'm done. You can do the same with your highlights. This time choose white color, but now it is kinda looking more brighter. I don't want to have complete white color from my highlights. What I need to do is, what can I do? Can you see this box called normal? This particular section called blending modes. Click on it, you can see different blending modes over here. Let's check out what they are. If I choose dissolve, you can see my layer got scattered, my color got scattered. I don't want to do that. So we can do experiment with these blending modes and choose the particular which we want. Darker no, multiply no, color burn no, liner burn no. For my highlights, I generally use lighten add or overlay. Lighten, liner, dodge, add doesn't work, so I'll go with overlay. And here you can see it gives me automatically a lighter color. If you're not happy with this, you can keep on experimenting. There are few more left. Let's check out if we found something else. Soften light could work, I guess. It is looking kind of nice. Very linear, pen, hard, difference, no, explosion, no, subtract, no. So no, we have soften light, or we can use overlay for our highlights. So I'll go with overlay right now. Okay. So these are few methods that I use for my coloring. Okay, I hope you guys understand this lesson, and if you still have any doubt, you can comment down. You can reach me. You can reach me on Instagram. You can find the link in description. Now let's try to color the previous artwork which we did on the last video. If you haven't seen that video, you can check the link in my description, and you can introduce yourself to Photoshop. Okay, so let's go to the final outcome. Let's use these techniques and finalize our character. So let's go. Guys, enjoy the video. If you give a thumbs up, share with your friends. Please subscribe to the channel, support the artist. And apologies if you find some grammatical mistake in the video. I get really nervous. This is my first experiment doing these kind of video, so apologies there. But if you like the lecture and if you want to learn more about it, you can suggest me the topics. I will try to cover that. Till then, stay creative, do creation. This is Untitled Chapter.